on your turbo. Actually, it's even louder than that because it's not even going through the turbo right now. My dog doesn't even like this car. Yeah, my FRs are really bad. It's because, oh boy, it's because I have that plate off there. Okay, well, looks like we're pulling it here, boys. What's up, YouTube? Thanks for 6,000 plus subscribers. It's awesome. If I would just upload more, I'd probably even be doing better, but I'm really lazy. And also I've been kind of demotivated because I lost another engine, believe it or not. I kind of knew it was coming. It's my fault. So this car had an M54 B25 in it, and then, as you guys know, broke ring lands. And I've found the cause of what's going on because my M52 just did it too. It has tons of blow by. Basically, I don't even run a boost gauge because I put a wastegate on this, put a 10-pound spring in it, and said, I don't need no boost gauge. I'm pretty sure this thing's creeping. It has to be creeping, and I don't know how much boost I'm hitting. So now I'm putting the built S52 in this car, which is really stupid. Some more sad news here. It's kind of off topic, but just add it to the list of bad news. So this clear coat never cured. I didn't paint this, but this is the worst panel, and it's still a little sticky, so I'm guessing not enough hardener was used. I really hope I can wet sand this or something, but as of right now, it's the least of my worries. The car was $1,200. I've already went way too far with it, so I'm just gonna ride with it for now. I'm just gonna show you guys where I'm at on this car. The engine isn't gonna go in this video. That'll be next video, and then hopefully I can drive it if I did everything right, because, you know, I built the engine. I don't do that for a living, so we'll see. I'll go ahead and update you guys on what's going on. Pretty well done now. All the body work's done. All the fenders are on. I got the lip on the bumper, which looks great. My dog's here. But I took it for a drive. I knew the engine was doing some weird stuff. I thought it was just a Vanos problem before I built this car. Well, before I did all the body work on this car. And once I got it together and got it back on the road, it has blow by like crazy. I'll post a video of the blow by. I don't want to get sprayed. This is a $200 junkyard engine that I got in October, and unknown miles in condition. I pulled it and it's just blowing by like crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this engine out and put this S52 together for it. Some of you guys may know about the S52 from Instagram and stuff. It was originally for the red car over there, but the S52 is such a big bore that the material between the cylinders is questionable. Most of the time they only crack around 1,000 horsepower and stuff, but I'm gonna put it in this car because this car was never intended to, you know, make this much power, so it'll be a better candidate for this car. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it here and pull this motor. I'm not gonna show you guys all that because, well, most of you guys probably done it already yourself if you have one of these clappers. Here's the M52 in a body bag. She's done. And then I've been tearing out this insulation. Some people are probably like upset about that, but 20 years being full of oil from valve cover gasket leaks and stuff, it will catch fire. It caught fire on my red car actually. And two, when you do this and pull this out and you install a transmission for the first time, you're gonna think you gain tons of room. It really feels that way. I know it's not much, but it's awesome doing transmission changes with all that out, and you're not rubbing your arm up the oily coated stuff like this. It gets covered in oil. This side's usually probably pretty clean, but where your valve cover is, it gets disgusting. Also, it's like fiberglass, I'm pretty sure, so when you're putting in those top transmission bolts, there's a good chance you're just, you know, getting it all over your arm, shoving it up through there. But I will be dimpling right here because I got to be able to fit my pipe in here for my wastegate. I'm not going to be running the same turbo anymore. And I cut out this area here. You've probably seen some people do that. And then I will be hole sawing out somewhere over there. and my wastegate dump pipe is going to be like a teardrop cut, and it's going to be right in here. It might be cool. It's going to be interesting to say the least. And then you can see why I have to do that, because here is my port on the spa manifold. There's my old wastegate location, you know, on the turbo. That's my old turbo. It's looking pretty rough. I actually got a lot of miles out of this. I know you guys don't see it on video, but I drove it a decent amount, so, you know, it paid off. I can clean this up. This turbo is still excellent, but I'm gonna be using the port on the spa now. So basically, I'm gonna have a 90 coming up, and my wastegate's gonna be sitting right here in this area, and then I will have it faced. So it would be like right here in this area, and it's gonna be facing that way. Just something I've thought about, and I'm gonna try it. I need to clean all this up. It's disgusting. We'll see how lazy I am. And I'm gonna be replacing this coupling too. Don't forget about that, guys. Those do go bad. You can see this one is flexing pretty bad. So there's just a little update on all of that. Next video, I will hopefully have it in and be showing you guys more. This is totally my fault, because I'm definitely pushing more than 10 PSI, I think, after 2 motors doing the same thing on 93. No E85. If I was on E85, I'd probably be okay right now, even if I didn't know how much boost I was pushing. Here's the bottom end of the S52 that I got. Has ARP rod bolts, ARP main studs, and if you know anything about doing ARP main studs, you have to get a line hone. This did have a line hone, and this is an S52 crank, so it's the same as the B30 crank. It is forged, and it has forged K1 rods and 8.5 CP forged pistons. Going ahead and showing this as is, this is how I picked it up. I paid $1,500 for this block, fully forged out. Came from a shop with all the papers, all the numbers for the clearances of the King bearings. So it's completely ready to go. And I know that's a heck of a deal, because if you've seen my other video, it cost about $5,000 to do this. This engine did sit for 2 years from the shop and never got, you know, finished or put in an engine and ran. But I have everything to finish it. So these are CP 8.5 pistons, like I said, and you can see how thin the walls are between each cylinder, and that's what makes it scary when you go to an 87mm bore. But I'm pretty sure it's a 3.2 liter now, so that's pretty cool, I guess. But the reason this is going in my blue car is because of the bore size being 87mm, and the blue car was never intended to make 1,000 horsepower. If it made 5, 6, or 7, I would be thrilled. And this engine is way better for, you know, those numbers, not 1,000, because you can risk cracking your cylinder walls because of how thin they are. So this just makes sense to me. Put in the blue car, build an M52 like this, and put it in the red car for 1,000 horsepower that is not bored out so big. Something you never see people post about. I will not be using this. Look at the threads, and you can't really tell, but the bolt is also bent from having the tension against it. I've always hated how these just have this small 10mm bolt going through them, just one. And that's it. I've always hated that. And you're supposed to run a washer behind it too, because technically if you don't, it actually doesn't line up with the, you can see the marks there, how I got closer to where it needed to be. But it doesn't line up with the oil chain. But it is bent. It's hard to tell, but I could feel it coming out pretty bad. And then there's a whole thread. Well, the bolt started to crack because it was bending so much. And when I did this, I did not leave any burr there. It kind of started to oval out a little bit. I don't know. I think I'm good. I'm not really revving to the moon anyways. I mean, all these stock B30s boosted do fine. I don't like that, man. I don't like that. Next is a really sensitive subject for E36 and E46 owners, or M5X owners, and that is your oil pump. And this is what I've always done. Never had an issue. Hopefully I don't have an issue now that I said that. but I have new chains for the oil pump, timing chain, new gear on the crank, and new gear down here on the oil pump or sprocket, whatever you would like to call them. New impeller and shaft, obviously, because the impeller's pressed on the shaft. And as you can see, little to no play in the chain. If you've removed one of these from, you know, a factory engine 20 years ago, you can usually see them droop and stuff like that. It really depends, I guess, on how they're maintained. But new guides also. This is exactly how I'm gonna run it. After you probably just saw my tensioner setup that I had, I'm not gonna risk it. It's not worth it. And I don't bang limiter in the Walmart parking lot for 10 minutes straight. So I really don't have much of a worry here, and I'm not a drifter, so I'd like to be. I'm not hating against you guys or anything. So this is how I'm gonna send it right here, just like this. I'm gonna go ahead and get my timing cover on with new gaskets so that I can go ahead and start putting my ARP head studs in and get ready to put the head on. And then I need to go ahead and put on my windage tray and stuff like that. But moving right along, really excited with this. You know, it's real convenient when you get a block that's already assembled, so you don't have to gauge your bearings and all that stuff. So, all right, so I got the block all cleaned up. That was a pain in the butt because it had a lot of assembly lube all over it. Tried to get the deck as dry as I could. Obviously, new assembly lube inside the cylinders. And after cleaning everything, I was afraid of getting stuff in all the ports, so I blew it all out with compressed air, pretty clean. And then I'll be using an Athena cut ring. This is 87 millimeter. The reason you want to use 87 millimeter is because you don't want them to get into your combustion chamber, like where your valves are and stuff. You want them to seat well around all of that. And the other ones are very, very close to the valves. And even if you're not 87 millimeter bore, still get an 87, I promise. This obviously is 87. All right, the head is on. They all torqued to 85 foot-pounds. I know that this says 75, but everyone on the forum says go to 85. That's what I did last time also. They claim if you call ARP, they will tell you that 85 is the new torque. I got these head bolts off a guy for like $100. I don't know how old they are, how long he had them, so I don't know if they even update this on the new ones or not, or if this is just old. But everything torqued out to where it needed to be, unlike an M54. This is why Iron Block is the best. All right, so I ordered all my parts through FCP Euro. If you own an E46, you probably know about them. You can order everything through ECS Tuning if you want, but you'll probably get your parts next year if you're lucky. And if you know about FCP, over 50 bucks is free shipping, and it's usually in a couple days. You don't even have to select 2-day shipping or any of that. It comes pretty quick. I guess it also depends where you live. And if you own E46, you know that you're going to spend over 50 bucks at least on there and get your free shipping. So they have this kit for the bottom end, comes with all the gaskets and everything. So that means you don't have to search all your part numbers and stuff like that on their website to find the parts. They just have it all in one kit. They're not trying to make a buck or anything. It comes out to be about the same price. I got the rear main, front. I got the oil pan gasket and the pickup tube gasket, timing cover gaskets, everything. And then I had to order a couple things. These are the best gaskets right here to use on your turbo car. Where's the part number? I don't know if the part number is on there or not, but that is the best one. And then I got the water flange gasket. That's for the barb on the back of the head. And then I got some dowel pins because I'm tired of reusing mine and pulling them out because they're definitely not circles anymore. So I got those for the head, oil filter, obviously, all the goods. Make sure to order from them. No, they did not have me shout them out. I just appreciate them a lot. I would like more stickers though, because I spent a lot of money. All right, I've had this in the package for like a month now. It's been sitting in my house. The reason is I've been wanting to show you guys the quality of the packaging, because if you're in the US like me, you're probably a little skeptical ordering outside of the US because you don't want your packages to get lost or damaged. So as you see, this thing's like waterproof. I'm sure the guys at Strutworks hate me though for taking so long to open this, because they're very proud of their products and they're waiting to hear back from me. But I wanted to make sure to show you guys the quality of even the packaging. I mean, look at how much tape is on here. They definitely didn't want this thing going anywhere, and it didn't go anywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and see how well the packaging is on the inside and show you guys the products. I got the top off. I did tear it up a little bit, but look at all these screws in it. That is nuts. And I mean, look at this construction. Like, this is like a house. I don't even know if I could build this out of wood. I mean, this is just incredible. They got it all glued together and everything. And oh yeah, I can't wait to get these out. I'll take these out and show you guys. This is awesome. I've been waiting a month to make this video. I've just had so much going on that I haven't been able to open this because I wanted to show you guys all of this. Before I actually even show the product, look at this. So they even send you the tools needed for this. The drill bit, the super long drill bit for drilling up through the bottom of the floor. And their manual is like professionally made. It's even in color. I mean, come on. It does not get much better than this. It tells you how to do everything, your measurement. And I got enough stickers for everyone. I mean, look at this. I know I'm getting excited over stickers. Some people don't even send stickers anymore, and that's like one of the best parts of the package when you buy it. And then these bolts are the correct subframe bolts for mounting to your car. They look like OEM, as you can see here, but they're extended so that you can use the actual brace. I guess I'll go to show you guys the product. All right, so as you just seen, these products are amazing. They're beautiful. There isn't even a nick on the paint. I mean, I love the color I chose. It's kind of a Nardo gray, but there's a little bit of a blue finish in it because my car's blue. And I'm gonna go ahead and install this front strut brace and show you guys how well it fits. Hopefully it just plops right down on there. It should. They're very, very picky with their fitment. And they'll even ask you a good amount of questions when you buy your part to make sure that it is going to fit your car perfectly. Now, this brace back here is for in the trunk, and it allows you to keep your rear seats and everything in working order. And I'll be doing this some other time, not today, because this is going to be a big project here. There's a couple other little parts to this and everything, but I'll be showing more of that when it's actually time for me to install it. And I love their logo that they put on these. All right, I did have to remove the starter cable there. Most strut braces you do have to. Sometimes you have to flip it to actually make the strut brace even fit. I'm thinking with this one that I can reinstall it the way it was once I have this in the car. I may flip it anyways, just so that I don't have to mess with it anytime I need to take this bar off. Just like that. It's not even bolted down. Look at the fitment. That is awesome. And it works on cars with coilovers, so you can easily get to them. A lot of strut braces, they may have a cap here or something and it blocks that, or the strut brace itself will hit the adjuster on the top of the coil. That is awesome. I'm extremely happy with that fitment.